All right, Giselle, thank you. Most of us take the simplicity of our sight for granted until we're faced with losing it. And according to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, eye disease is on the rise due to an overall aging population. And our Amy Paffrath met with a woman who found herself losing her sight at just 36 years old. Amy, what did she tell you? What did she find out?
Well, good morning, Kelvin. Anyone who's met Leba Sherman, my new best friend, would tell you she is full of zest and optimism. You'd never know she was dealing with an incurable, inherited eye disease. She told me it took facing progressive vision loss to truly open her eyes.
People love customization. That's what inspired Leba Sherman to create a line of patches and hold pop-up patch bars where you can affix her one-of-a-kind designs to everything from denim jackets to baby onesies.
This one's really cool. You have the Control-Alt-Delete.
The 36-year-old mom of 3 has a great eye for fashion. She also happens to be losing her sight. It all started when the former special ed teacher began noticing changes in her vision while pregnant with her 3rd child.
I just kept thinking in my head, okay, I probably need glasses. Like, you hear about pregnancy, hormonal change. I for sure need to get like prescription glasses. I'll deal with it later.
When she finally did go to the eye doctor, she was diagnosed with Stargardt's disease, a rare form of juvenile macular degeneration. The news understandably threw her for a loop.
You know, I went in for an eye exam and came out finding out that I'm losing my vision. It's not, you know, it's a bit much.
But her doctor said something that changed her perspective.
You're married, you have a master's degree, you have 3 beautiful children. Like, people have to start all over. You literally like have your life, you know, in your hands, and now you're finding out about this. So that was like very powerful for me. That like gave me like a lot of strength. Sorry, I always get emotional. But with that, I said, okay, like, you know what? I have this diagnosis. It is what it is. I can't change it. What can I do to better it?
And thus, Patched by Elle was born. Leba uses this creative outlet to help raise funds and awareness for her incurable condition. For most people with Stargardt's, that means their vision loss will progress slowly over time to the point of being legally blind.
Oh, I do see some progression happening now, and it's a scary thought, but that's why I started this company again, to make me happy, not think about where my future is going.
Luckily, she'll never go completely blind, but she says being diagnosed with Stargardt's disease has forced her to slow down, take time to travel, and find new things to focus on, like yoga.
I have been practicing yoga anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week for the last 2 years. And I can't say that that has stabilized my condition, but that has 100% stabilized my mental state of mind.
Losing her sight has also changed her mind on other things, like bedtime stories.
Actually, last night, my daughter said to me, "Mommy, can you read one more book?" And I remember thinking, oh my gosh. And I'm like, nope, you're not going there. You're going to read that book because you can read that book right now.
One day, one book, one patch at a time. She says losing her sight has truly changed the way she sees the world.
You can shop Leba's creations on her Instagram at patched_by_ELLE. She says the money is going towards finding a cure for Stargardt's disease, which she is confident will happen in her lifetime.
And Amy, this is a hereditary disease. But
yes.
She has 2 children, but they do not plan.
3 children.
3 children.
Yes.
They do not plan to test them.
No, she told me her doctor told her, don't get the children tested because there's nothing you can do anyway. So she decided that she's not going to do that. It's a very small chance that they'll have it. Her husband would also have to be a carrier, which he's not getting tested either. So they'd rather just live in the unknown and live their life, because it showed up. It usually shows up from about 9 to 12.
Right.
And
how much time does she have?
She's had it for a few years now, and her progression is very slow. It can vary patient to patient. Some people it can be really fast. Some people it can take a few years. But it generally causes vision loss to the point of being legally blind. It's very rare if someone goes completely blind.
So she will not go completely blind?
No, she will not. 30,000 in the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I've never, have you ever heard of it before?
Never.
No, I hadn't either.
My grandmother has macular degeneration, so it's more common in older adults. This is a rare form of juvenile macular degeneration. So basically the middle of your eye starts to go black. You still retain your peripheral vision.
And there's nothing that they can do. There's no sort of
no treatment, no cure, no prevention. Not yet.
I did an LA story on a doctor named Humayjan, I think his name is, and he has created out of USC Keck a bionic eye. It's not perfect.
Wow.
But they're basically tapping into the electromagnetic currents of the optic nerve to stimulate, at least so you can see shadows and light and darkness.
That's why I said not yet. That's one of the great things about, of course, advancement in medicine, is that we're sitting here now, but in 5 years, she might do another story with you and say, you're never going to believe it, they found a cure and I had this bionic eye or something like that.
Absolutely.
Would anybody want to know? She said she's not going to have her, you know, she's not going to test Elle
And
said her
Lisa
children.
said she wouldn't want to know. I would want to know.
Would you want to know?
Oh, yeah.
Lisa would. She would want to know.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think
I
you
think
and I
I'm
are
with
alone.
Leba. Yeah.
You and I,
We're on the same
we're on the
page.
same team.
Yes.
I don't know. I like taking power over it. I think
Yes.